Hello, this is Derek from Inflatable Stuff Authority, and today we'll be testing the Thursosurf 132 Waterwalker. We're going to be going through on-water metrics such as stability, speed, tracking, and maneuverability. And I'll give you my exact feel while I'm on the board, real time. So let's get into it. All right, let's get into the first part, which is stability. So this is going to be my first time standing on the Thursosurf 132, so let's get into it. Paddle like this. 1, 2. Oh yeah. After testing this compared to the Expedition 150, this board feels a lot more stable. So right off the bat, I can tell you that this is definitely a more beginner-friendly board, which is, I think, kind of obvious to begin with, since it is a bit of a thicker board. And it definitely is a lot more maneuverable. Like just a little paddle stroke, and it's pretty responsive. Let's do a bit of a tracking test right at that little boat launch up there. So we're gonna see how many sides to have to correct. Once again, the tide is coming in, so the readings will be not 1000% accurate, but it'll just give you a general idea. And this is an area where I test a lot of my paddle boards anyway, so let's get into it. Okay, let's get a little bit of momentum. 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 one side, so let's try the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, about 6 strokes a side for me to actually correct, which is about average. Next, let's see how many reverse sweep strokes to do a 360. So once again, tide coming in, readings won't be 1000% accurate, but we're giving it a go. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 reverse sweep strokes. One of the things I noticed is that this board is actually very stable throughout the reverse sweep strokes, as opposed to the Expedition 150. I was kind of on edge a little bit. It is a bit of a narrower board, and also the nose is pointier, but something I did notice, so this board was stable throughout, which is pretty good, especially good for beginners looking for their first sup. I believe that the rounded nose will definitely help them with that. So now let's do side paddles. Okay, so now we can do some reverse side paddles for a 360, see what we can do here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so about 12 for side paddles. Pretty decent rating. I definitely had a little bit of a moment there. I think that was the wind kind of catching me off guard a little bit. But otherwise, the board felt pretty good throughout. Now we're just going to get a general feeling of speed. I'm not going to track it. I can, but the readings will be flawed because it'll be against the tide and with the tide, and there's not really any point because the readings are just going to be completely different. So anyway, I'm just going to go completely by feel. On a more calm day when the tide is not coming in out, I will update that. All right, let's go. right, so general impression, speed is okay on this, but I think there's a lot of drag just due to the way the nose is. Having said that though, I was looking at the nose while I did that. The nose is fairly uplifted, so it's not like a flatter board, like for example the Serene Life Free Flow, where the nose is actually dragging into the water, thus slowing the board down. So just based on feel, this definitely isn't the fastest board, especially I could feel a big difference already between this and the Expedition 150, which I just jumped on an hour ago. So still not bad. We're gonna try now going against the tide and seeing how this board does. Just wanted to show you guys a comparison between these two boards, just so you kind of know what I'm talking about. You can see that the Expedition 150 is a lot more narrow, good for touring, even multi-day trips, while the Thursosurf 132 Waterwalker is more of like an all-around kind of board. You can see they have similar features. The deck webbing on the Expedition 150 is a little more spaced out for those bigger items that you want on the nose, while the Thursosurf 132 is a little bit closer together. You can also see sort of the deck pads, and then the fin setup is also a little bit different. You can see that the Waterwalker 132 has a 3-fin setup. I'm going to show you how to install them in another video, but they're there. It's a little bit different compared to other SUPs. While the Expedition 150 has a little bit more of a touring fin, wider setup. Overall, I was pretty impressed with both these boards. I did find that both these boards are pretty rigid, and I think at least a small part of it is due to the carbon enhanced side rails that both boards have. And it's nice that they have the carbon side rails on the all-around model as well, just for rigidity purposes. Yeah, overall, I think Thursosurf did a good job with these boards. So what are my overall on-water impressions of the Thursosurf Waterwalker 132? It's definitely, its strengths are stability and responsiveness. Standing right on the board. The wider nose gives it a little bit more of a stable platform, especially when you're first standing. Maneuverability, it's also a pretty responsive board, like especially compared to the Expedition 150 that I just tested out. So overall, I think this is a good beginner board. Intermediates can use it too, but if you're used to faster boards, I wouldn't say this is the fastest all-around board, but it is one of the more stable ones I've tested. I also really like the color scheme. Like, that wood finish is really cool. It's definitely a very good looking board. I also like the deck padding. So there's two types of deck padding on it. There's the striped, and then there's the diamond groove for if you want to do more difficult maneuvers such as pivot turns, etc. Allows you to actually dip the nose into the water with your right or left foot, the other foot in the middle. I'm not going to do that here today. It's a little bit, the water's a little bit too cold. I don't really feel like risking it. It's March in Canada, so I'm not about that life right now, but we're gonna be doing a lot more tests with this board as soon as it gets a little bit warmer, and we'll be doing some comparisons against other all-around boards to really get a clear comparison on the strengths and weaknesses of this board. Thanks for watching my video. This is Derek from Inflatable SUP Authority. Hope you learned something about the Thursosurf 132 on water. And if you like this board, I would appreciate if you purchased it from the affiliate link in the bio. Go a long way in helping me continue continue to make videos, content. Or if you just want to see other videos and be notified about when I put them out, feel free to subscribe. And also a like would be good too for this video. All right, thanks. Cheers.